Nick Cannon now has 11 children with 6 women and a 12th child on the way. And there was a column in the Daily Wire by Joe Curl. And it said, Nick Cannon, I think it was by Joe, and it said, Nick Cannon is the worst role model ever. And I have to correct Joe a little bit here. I agree Nick Cannon is a terrible role model. But he's not the worst role model ever. To Nick Cannon's credit, in our abortive culture, at least he lets his children live. I mean that sincerely. We live in a culture that, at least before the Dobbs decision, killed 850,000 babies a year. So Nick Cannon is being very irresponsible, and there's no way that he can be a proper father to all of these children. And these children are not all going to grow up in the home with Nick Cannon, and they're going to miss out on a lot of daddy time, and they're going to have a very skewed understanding of marriage and the relations between men and women. That's all true. That's really unfortunate. At least he didn't kill him. Nick Cannon is more responsible than many, many parents out there today who drive to the Planned Parenthood and kill their kids. Many, many parents. You think in New York, especially when we're talking about black babies, more black babies are aborted in New York than born. So you want to knock Nick Cannon? Absolutely. Yeah, the guy, he really needs to shape up. He needs to act like a man. He needs to stop disrespecting the institution of marriage, and he needs to be a better father. Yeah, that's true. At least he didn't kill them. Right now, head on over to EstablishedTitles.com/Knowles. Established Titles is your opportunity to earn the title of Lord or Lady and gain the respect you deserve. All you need is a 1 square foot plot of land in Scotland, okay? I had this problem where I thought, I'm just not getting the respect that is due to me, okay? People, they'd come up to me, they'd say, hey, Michael, hey, Mr. Mister, I want to be referred to as a laird or a lord, okay? There is this wonderful Scottish custom where landowners are referred to as lords and ladies. Well, in your title pack, you will be bestowed with at least 1 square foot of dedicated land on a private estate in Edelston, Scotland, plus an official certificate with a crest. Your certificate features a unique plot number with which you can see the exact location of your land. Title packs from Established Titles are a fun and unique gift for any occasion. There are a couple packs because you don't want to let your wife, just be some strumpet. You're a lord and then she's just some chick on the street. So you want her to be a lady as well. Established Titles told me that the first 200 people to purchase a title pack using my exclusive link will receive a plot within walking distance of mine. Depending on how many of you want to become a lord or a lady, we can begin to build our own kingdom. Established Titles is actually running a massive sale right now, and if you use code Knowles at checkout, you will get an additional 10% off. Go to EstablishedTitles.com/Knowles to get your gifts now and help support the channel. The Nick Cannon stuff, by the way, is becoming mainstream. I mean, you're now seeing report after report, weird social media video after weird social media video about how marriages are giving way in a culture that has abandoned the meaning of marriage to polycules.
Okay, so this is our polycule. This is everybody, okay? We also have 2 kids, but we don't show them on TikTok. Okay, so me and Kyle have been together for 8 years. Been poly the whole time, okay? Me and Kyle are in a triad with Kit. We have been together, the 3 of us, for 3 years. We have 1 child together, and she's 5. Oh, we don't show the kids on TikTok though. Okay, so me and Kyle, and Kyle, and Kit, we're triad, okay? Okay. Now, me and Sam and Kit and Katie met around the same time. I started dating Sam and Kit started dating Katie around the same time. My dogs are going crazy. Okay, so I started dating Sam, Kit started dating Katie, and then just about a little over a month ago, we moved everyone in together. So everyone lives in the same house now. We all live together.
It would be funny, except for the kids. The kids thing makes it not funny because this is how this poor kid is going to grow up. Multiple kids, I guess. Imagine that someday, even when the kid is grown up. Hey, how'd your parents meet? How much time do you have? Well, Kit met Kitty, and then Kitty met Davy, and then Davy had a relationship with Philip, and then that's not the sort of thing you want to be telling your grandkids. That's not a dignified way to live. It's weirder than the Nick Cannon stuff, frankly. Nick Cannon is just pretending that he's some, Old Testament wayward king who's got a harem of women, multiple wives, and they're all obviously aware of one another. It's not good, but it's a little bit more traditional than this nonsense. And by the way, society broadly condemns what Nick Cannon is doing, but the society is largely encouraging what these weirdos are doing, because these weirdos are able to wrap their perversions and their base desires up in the rainbow flag. Nick Cannon can't do that. Nick Cannon in many ways seems just like an emblem of the patriarchy. Whereas these people, when they say, yeah, I'm dating 3 people in my household and I've got a kid with one of them and then the other one's got a kid with this one and then we got 3 dudes over there in the corner. Oh, love is love. Love is love. Don't yuck my yum. Come on, man. We're all just be tolerant, just be understanding. And then in our insane culture, we've got to say, wow, you're right. I just hadn't thought about it that way. You're right. You're in a polycule, man. That's cool. And by the way, when we take away the meaning of marriage, what is to say that marriage won't soon come to define this? There's no limiting principle on it whatsoever. I've got the language here, by the way, from the marriage bill. The marriage bill will allegedly protect all religious liberty and conscience protections under the Constitution or federal law. And it will confirm that nonprofit religious organizations will not be required to provide services, facilities, or goods for the solemnization or celebration of a marriage. Okay, now notice that right here, by the way. They say a nonprofit religious organization will not be required to get along with the new definition of marriage, with gay marriage. What about businesses? They're throwing poor Jack Phillips under the bus. They're throwing Masterpiece Cake Shop under the bus. They're saying private companies and private artists will have to participate in gay marriages, even if it violates their religious beliefs. Religious Christians and Jews and Muslims, you're going to have to participate in gay marriages now if you don't want us to take your business away from you. And then it says, guarantees that this bill may not be used to deny or alter any benefit, right, or status to any person or entity, blah, 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 blah. Oh, and then, here we go. It makes clear that the bill does not require or authorize the federal government to recognize polygamous marriages. Yet, why not? First of all, how pathetic is this? This is what conservatism means now. Hey, look, I'm totally fine with radically redefining the bedrock social institution. But polygamy's too far. That's where I draw the line, okay? I'm a conservative. I'm going to draw the line. Listen, I'm totally fine with normalizing all sorts of sexual deviancy, but I draw the line at pedophilia for kids under 8. Okay, well, listen, I'm a conservative. I draw the line at kids under 7. They've already done this with the sex surgery. It used to be no weird transgender surgery because that's disordered and we don't encourage people to mutilate themselves. Now, it's okay, but not until they turn 18. Okay, but not until they turn 16. Okay, but not until they turn 12. Now, the best law on this in the country is from Ron DeSantis in Florida, and it says you can't trans the kids until 3rd grade. Up until 3rd grade. So starting in 4th grade, that's when they can be indoctrinated into LGBT. And by the way, it's the best law in the country. This is the most conservative law we've got. And they've actually done, okay, but only once you turn 9. My friend Vivek Ramaswamy dubbed it the wait till 8 bill. And that's where it's going. So there's no reason to believe that this marriage law will actually prohibit polygamy for very long, because why would it? The argument for the real meaning of marriage is that marriage is in its very nature the union of one man and one woman for the sake of the generation and education of children. That's just what it is. Ontologically, that's what it is. The argument for redefining marriage is love, man. And Anthony Kennedy is there on the Supreme Court. He's like, we got a right to intimacy, man. And it's like, this is the dawning of the age of Aquarius, right? So if that's the argument for it, it's just love is love, and whoever likes each other, they can just say that they're married. How on earth could you possibly prohibit polygamy from that definition? That would violate the very premise of the redefinition. So get ready for a polycule near you. Today, we will be discovering all sorts of new genders on TikTok. I usually interview people on Tuesdays, but listen, today's all about Trump's announcement. We're going to be talking later on for that. So I figured we needed to mix it up a little bit, open our minds on these questions of gender. The rest of the show continues now. You don't want to miss it. If you're not a member, click the link in the description and join us.